Good morning, beautiful people. How's it going? I see Thomas, Melissa, and Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, hello. Everything's well. Early morning, but besides that, things are going fine. Out on the lake fishing. Only have service at this one end. Hopefully holds up. We might go fishing later this afternoon. We'll see. Mackerel started coming in, and we need mackerel to go fish some striped bass. And apparently a lot of people are catching the bass at the moment, so we need to go ASAP and fill up our freezer. Hopefully it holds up. Okay, you repeated the same message. Sounds peaceful, yeah. It's nice, only ones on the whole lake. That's awesome. When you're fishing all alone on a lake, you can go wherever you want, and if you find a nice spot, there's no one there to see where you are, so they can't steal your spot. And Jennifer's here, still recovering from going to the grocery store yesterday. I saw you posted a video, didn't have time to watch it. It really brings me down to watch those grocery haul videos because, well, yeah, it's so expensive. But I mean, there are ways to save money on food. When you go in, like yesterday, we had a little fire with the kids. Well, it was only 3 of us, but I was showing my daughter the garden, like where everything was growing, what's what, and it was fun because, well, Miley's probably the only one in the family that would choose fruits over chocolate bar. And we were out next to the fire eating like radish pods. She was eating lettuce. We were eating, well, we had a cucumber. She was eating yellow beans right out of the plant. I mean, growing your own food saves so much money on the long run. Yes, you need to start somewhere and you need to get the compost and do the garden and all that stuff, but once it's started, I mean, let's face it, you save money. And whoever says you don't save money by growing a garden doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, best grocery is right out of the garden, right in the garden. I also have a bunch of fruits that are almost ready, although I won't really get apples this year. For some reason, there's none growing on my trees. But we've had a few cherries. We have a few raspberries. Blackberries, I planted them last year, so it usually takes 2 years because I think they're like raspberries. They're biannual and they produce the fruits on the second year. So next year, they should start producing at least a little bit. I need to fix my raspberry patch because right now it's overgrown and it's just out of control. I need to put something on top. I might just put a tarp, just something to hold the plants. Put a few T-posts and do little rows. If I do rows, it should be a lot easier. The only problem is I don't have that many T-posts. But Anthony started working at Home Hardware, and he's getting employee discount. So I might get him to order some for me, and I can just give him the money, and you can buy a few ones. The more I use, the more I have, the better. I still have maybe 5 left. 5 T-posts, but if you do a rectangle, you need 4. And my goal was to do like a rectangle, the size of, well, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet would be the best for raspberry patch, because you can go on both sides. Just need to cut the middle, make a path. I think one T-post is currently around $12, $13, depending on the size. It is expensive, but once you get them, you have them forever, as long as you don't break them. They're easy to remove. Well, easy, not easy, but it's possible to remove them after you have them deep in the ground. I had some where I had my pigs a while back, and obviously because I had to get rid of the pigs, I removed the panels and therefore the T-post. And all you have to do is shake them a little bit from side to side, back and forth, and eventually the soil around them loosen up and you can just lift it up. We have a bunch of peas, corn, and a bunch of stuff in the greenhouse already. That's awesome. I'm about to have tomatoes, and I can probably start harvesting zucchinis. I want to do pickled zucchinis. It was so good. I did that last year. I loved it. The smell when I was cooking them, when I was canning them, the smell is awful. But after you let it sit for a while, it was delicious. Some stuff it's time to replant, get a second go. Wow. The only thing I could do second harvest would probably be radishes. That's pretty much the only thing that would have time to grow here. Yeah, about between $12 and $15 for each post. I have them for my my arch, my grape trellis. I put 4 just so they could be more solid, and I have the arch going, holding on those T-posts. I make those signs sometimes, and I can just figure it out in my head. If someone's not listening with the volume up, you might be wondering what the hell I'm talking about. I just mill cedar 2x2 and sharpen the end and drive it in for stuff like that. Lasts a while. Yeah, that's true. That's something else I could do. Probably the cheapest way, actually. Either that or rebar. I was able to get some rebar a couple years back. There'd probably be enough, long enough to do the raspberries. I think what I'm going to do is put the tarp about 2 feet wide, just to give a space to walk. The kids don't really like harvesting the raspberries because of all the bees. I'm just hoping that the bees won't make a nest under the tarp. Those ground wasp, actually. We had a few of those a couple years back, and they're not fun to have around. And if they make a nest down under the tarp, they're pretty much impossible to get rid of. My friend was telling me last night here, and her family went on vacation to Canada, and she couldn't believe the price difference. Yeah, well, everything is so expensive. It's crazy. Good morning, Lynn. Thank you for stopping by. Everything up here is like 2 times more money. Yeah, well, our money is not worth much at the moment either, so that's not helping. She got 2 pounds for deli meat, and it cost her $50 a pack. Of beer was $30. Yeah, beer. The only place you can get cheap beer is if you go on First Nation Reserve on the Quebec side. You can get a case of 60 beers for about $75. And it's kind of encouraging people to drink. They wonder why people cross the bridge to go buy beer, and they want to stop people from doing it. But I mean, just bring the cost down. When you have beer brewed in New Brunswick and it's cheaper to buy it across the bridge, there's a problem somewhere. Hello, Tiffany. Thank you for stopping by. Alcohol is very expensive here. Yeah, same here. I mean, when you can't even afford a case of pack of six, I guess it's a good thing that it will make people stop drinking. But I can only imagine someone that's addicted or an alcoholic. They can't really stop drinking all of a sudden because they will end up in ICU with the withdrawal. What we were spending $250 a week now is $300 to $400 a week. The exact same brain amount is so much cheaper in the States. Yeah. I feel like I'm lucky, although I work for it. We used to spend $800 bi-weekly on grocery. And with all the inflation, we went down, around 600. But let's face it, I grow a lot of food, and it really helps a lot. We don't drink, but buy for extracts. Yeah. I need to have vodka on hand for those things, but I know if I do, we'll just drink it. Personally, I don't like the hard stuff. I limit myself to beer and wine, but it's still alcohol. There's someone somewhere who's going to drink it here at some point. Yesterday, there was a little pageant for Clody. It started at 13 years old up to 39 years old. When they do personality and they evaluate the personality, let's just say that someone 39 years old has a lot more, I don't want to say charisma but they have more experience in life in general. So when they talk, they're ahead of a 13-year-old. Claudie did pretty great, actually. In my opinion, she would have been top 4 easily. I don't want to take anything away from the top 3, but in my opinion, 2 of them, I don't think they were that much ahead of Claudie. But it's all a good experience for her. That's pretty much all we did yesterday. I checked on my little chicks. They're 3 weeks old now. They're not so little. Brought them on Sarah's property. I ended up digging out a few small apple trees. Brought them home. If one of them survives, then it's all worth it. I'm not talking about the chickens, of course. I'm talking about the apple trees. I'm thinking buy a cow will be cheaper than buying all the dairy we do. Yeah, the problem with that is the hay is now getting expensive as well. Yeah, I can't wait to have a dairy cow. I just hope that I can, financially get better in the future. Buy a little piece of land somewhere, even if it's just 1 acre. Nothing to have. I don't want to have like cows and, I wish I could, but I mean, my goal is to have like 2 goats and have a little barn for my chickens. If I could do that, I'd be happy. Good morning, Darren. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, great morning so far, and we're expecting another beautiful day. 2 more weeks of work, and then I'm on vacation again. It will be time for canning. There will be a lot of canning done. Are they doing the Every Big Count challenge again this year? Lynn, you would know. If so, I have to get ready. But at least I know now. I will do a little bit every day, even if it's just a few shorts. It always helps. It's been on my mind to do for a few years. Awesome. We hope to grow our own Did you guys start? Well, I know you started checking around, but did you guys start checking a little bit more seriously? Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Lois. Thank you so much for stopping by. Our goal when we move is to have a mini Jersey, raise a beef cow every year, and a pig. That's cool. The only thing I would suggest, though, with pigs, you need to have at least 2 because they're very friendly animals. They're social and they need to have a friend. But you can always sell the meat after, and it pays for the first one pretty much. Okay, so I have to get ready. 29, 30, 31st. So it would start on Thursday. Might be a lot of dehydrating getting done to start. Simply because, well, my harvesting is not fully started, and also the fact that on Thursday I play softball, and same on Friday, so it's going to be a little bit every day of dehydrating and get everything can on the weekend, hopefully. I seen her video this morning. Okay, so I have to take a look for that. Need hay, shelter, a way to deal with manure, an extra cow for company, a way to deal with calves, and how to get the female pregnant every couple of years. Got my schedule all ready for August. Wow. You're more ready for that stuff. You're more organized than me. Yeah, same as cows. You need to have 2. We are looking when we go on vacation in a few weeks. Nice. I'm guessing you're probably going down Edmundston towards Fredericton. If something happens, did you come up north, either for the drive or whatever, let me know. And depending on where and when, we might be able to meet up at some point somewhere, even if it's just for a quick lunch, even if it's just at Burger King or a place like that. I canned 47 jars of food this month for just can it. Whoa, that's cool. The majority is meal or meat. Nice. I need to get that going too. It is a lot of work, but honestly, it saved me so much trouble this year to have meals in a jar. When I go to work in the morning, depending on what we eat the previous night, if we have mashed potatoes and chickens and things like that, vegetables, it's easy to bring a plate the next morning to work. If we do sandwiches or anything that allows me to have sandwiches the next day, it's pretty easy. But if we have poutine or just French fries with whatever, or hot dogs, it's not really something that I can just bring to work the next day. There's no leftovers, first of all, and second of all, it's not really something that's good to eat when you reheat it. So to have those chicken soup and moose stew already cooked and ready in a mason jar, it was a lifesaver for me this year. So I need to do the same thing again. Elisa's family has big beef and dairy farms. I don't think we will ever get cows too expensive. They are expensive, but then again, the meat is so expensive that it can even actually be worth it if you can sell a little bit of meat. Now we are crossing over northern Maine in Quebec. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep, she's organized. Meals save time and make it easier not to spend money on quick things. Definitely. The cafeteria at the hospital Even that is getting expensive. I mean, I'll take, I don't know, just like a regular piece of chicken with mashed potatoes, two tiny little balls, and it's like $6. So if I want to eat properly, it costs me over $10 every time. And I mean, at that point, might as well just go to McDonald's. Um, it's not better food, but it tastes better, and I'll be happier. Really want to limit going to the grocery store. Yeah, I agree with you there. We need to start looking for sales. And the problem is, for a while, we were getting ahead. Like, if ketchup was on sale, we'd be able to buy ketchup and have a little bit on hand for a while. But now the budget is tighter. I mean, we just get whatever we can when we can. Of course, if it goes on sale, we can probably buy 2, 3, but we can't really buy in bulk like we used to a couple of years back. But that's what we need to do. The only thing we can actually do that with is toilet paper. We go through a roll of toilet paper every day, basically. But when it goes on sale, $12, $13 at Superstore, we go and buy like 5, 6 packs, and it lasts until the next time. You should can a lot of your meat in there are power outage issues, in case there are, especially in winter. Yeah. But in the winter, it's not as bad, because what's the worst that's going to happen? We're just going to put everything in coolers and put it outside. For me, I'm not worried about the winter. I'm more worried about the summer with well, we don't really have tornadoes, but with hurricanes. I remember back in 2013, we had or 2012, the Hurricane Arthur arrived, and we were out of power for 3 days. That was the worst. I want raw milk, so we need a cow. I'm also working on stock in September again this year. Okay, so I have to get that ready as well. I'll try to get a video a week, at least. Try to put some money aside, but the problem is they're talking about going on strike again. And if we go on strike, I mean, I know on the long run it's usually better, but on the short term, it's always the same. I end up working half time, and obviously I'm just getting paid half the money. So the longer we go on strike, the more chances I have of losing everything I have, because, well, I live paycheck to paycheck. If you give me half a paycheck, well, I'm in trouble. We are having power outages now. Last week, lost power 3 times, including once for 24 hours. Well, that sucks. You have to get ready for sure. Well, if it starts happening here, I'm not saying I'll be 100% ready, but at least I can cook and I can do a few things like that. Hello, Karen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Superstore has had frozen turkey almost 50% off. Nice. Problem with the poultry from the store, every time I eat it, I'm sick. I grow my turkeys about 20 pounds, and I think they were about $6 each. So let's just do the numbers quickly. So that would be $48, $25 a bag. I think I'm only on my 4th bag at the moment, so that would be $100. I will not spend another 4 bags on them, because they're basically ready to butcher any time. But let's just say that I did another 4 bags. They would be over 20 pounds at that point. And it comes down to $31 a turkey. So a lot cheaper than what you get in the grocery store. All right, take care, Lynn. Thank you for stopping by. The sales suck. I agree. I'm changing things up a bit this year. Still open collab though. There will be a video coming in a few weeks. Okay, I'll keep an eye open. We have a house generator. Awesome. All I have is the battery, solar panel, battery charger. Ostrich farm. Awesome. Take some pictures, Lynn. Try to get an egg. I don't have a choice. Don't look like I can get a coop and run build till fall. Well, at least if you have to stay there for another year, you'll be ready for next year. You should just build chicken tractors. It'd be a lot easier. Take care, Lynn. Hello, Tammy. Thank you so much for stopping by. How's it going? I went to the community garden yesterday morning, or was it Friday? And maybe I've said that before already. On a single plant, I was able to see like 7, 8, if not more, zucchinis already growing. So if I go there today, I can probably harvest a few ones. I saw something cool yesterday on our way back home from the pageant. I saw a falcon on the side of the road, and when I passed it, it had something in his mouth. Turn around to go take a look. I don't know the name of the bird, but it was a tiny, like those little tiny black birds. They kind of look like small crows, but they're very, very tiny birds. The hawk or the falcon had one of those in his legs, in his hand grips, and as soon as we turned around and got close, it flew away with the bird in his claws. It was pretty cool. Nature at its best. Animals can dig under them or knock them over. The bears are almost 1,000 pounds alone, plus foxes and coyotes. Why don't you just get the electric fencing? It's about $200-300. That would do the job. Crazy time trying to video and can all I can. Yeah, it is getting busy, and I know you're a little bit lower than me on a planet. So you're what, Tammy? You're zone 6, growing zone 6. You're probably already harvesting a bunch of stuff. I'm just at the beginning at the moment. Like, it's just barely starting. I get some cucumbers, and I've had a few zucchinis. I am starting to have tomatoes. I dehydrated 1 cayenne pepper, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have another one ready today when I go. I need cheap trailer. I just want to build a coop on it. When I can move, I just have to move the trailer. True. That's another way to see it. I wanted to do that for the longest time until I was told I couldn't have chickens here. That would have been a great idea. I could probably still do the same thing. Just get a cheap trailer, just something to put my chickens in. If something ever happens that I need to move it from Serge property, it could be done easily. I think I'm going to go for a drive later. It's a little bit cool. Well, not really. It's a little bit cooler than it was 2 weeks ago, but it's still very warm. I just want to go for a small drive where I know there's a few orchard and see if I can find some wild apples, tiny ones that are just starting to grow, and bring them all over here, make my own orchard. They would take maybe about 10 years to grow and produce apples, but at least I would have them here for cheap. I am zone 5, 4B, but Cukes and Peaches are in the farm market. Okay, so you're same zone as me. I'm zone 4, 4A, but they're supposed to change the growing zone. That there were new studies done, and I would say that I am close from zone 5. Supposed to be 90 today. Yeah, it's going to be a warm day. Anyone knows how long it takes for an apple tree to start producing apples? If I find one that's already about 1.5 to 2 feet tall, I would have to wait how long until I start getting apples? I can probably just Google that. It says dwarf apple trees standard size can take up to 8 years. 50 centimeters. Oh, really? Oh, so it grows very fast. 5 to 7 years. I see 8 years here for standard size trees. That's from the University of Minnesota. How fast does an apple tree grow? A tree will grow 8 to 12 inches each year. They don't really need frequent feeding of supplemental fertilizer. Instead, apply mulch of aged compost liberally around the base of the tree once or twice a year, in spring or in late fall after the leaves have dropped. So it grows about a foot a year. So at about 5-6 years, it should be a decent size. So we're talking about, well, my youngest is 11, so it would be around 16, 17 by the time I start getting fruits out of those trees. That'd be nice, though. Unfortunately, my kids might not enjoy the apple trees as much, but my grandkids, if I have any, will be able to come and see Grandpa and Grandma. And I mean, hopefully one of them will have kids. You never know, right? Can't force them. But I just hope that. Well, I just hope they're happy when they get older. But I would like my family bloodline to continue. If not, well, we'll have plenty of apples for the kids in the neighborhood, I guess. Well, my goal when I started was just to come live for about 30 minutes. I've been on for about 35 minutes now. I need to get dressed, go eat a little something, and get going. So we'll talk to you next Sunday, hopefully. Probably going to play softball on Friday. I still need to find another evening to do some more live streams. Maybe Wednesday would be a good time. I know Lynn used to be on Wednesdays. She's not doing her live streams anymore. I just need to take a quick look to see if there's anyone I know on Wednesdays. And if there's nobody, I can do, even if it's just for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is better than nothing. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. And make the best of it, I guess. Take care.
Hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young,